Okay, so today we're going to read this article from National Geographic, and the task is to take notes as we go. So when we're taking notes, like when we're researching, we're trying to write down keywords and phrases that help us to understand what it is we're reading, and it also helps us putting things into our own words. The reason that's so important is because when we put things into our own words, it means that our brain is understanding it at some level. And the more we're able to explain things ourselves, it means the better we understand it. So let's do this together. So I'll read a couple paragraphs, and I'll show you what I mean when we mean note-taking. Now, I usually do note-taking with pencil or pen and paper. That's just how I prefer to do it. But in this case, I'll do it on with a Word file open. And some people like to do that too. So here's our article, and it starts up here, so don't forget to scroll. And it begins with a defining statement right away. A continent is one of Earth's 7 main divisions of land. So the idea of a division of land is important. So I'm going to say it's a division of land. Way humans chunk land. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. That's all that matters. The continents are from largest to smallest. Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. And here we have the idea of, you see, I can't, okay. So there's an elevation of ocean depths, or bathymetry, and it reveals the microcontinent of New Zealandia. So this isn't actually helping us understand what continents are, but it's just an interesting little tag on, because some countries count Zealandia as a continent, whereas most other countries and humans, we don't regard Zealandia as a real or as one of the major continents. So they're just showing, if you look at Zealandia by its water elevation, you can see it kind of does create a continuous region of land. Okay, so we come down here and we'll start reading. I'll just do a couple paragraphs. A continent is one of Earth's main divisions of land. Okay, the continents are from yada yada yada. When geographers identify a continent, they usually include all the islands associated with it. So that's important. So we count the islands too, even though they're not physically attached to the other part of land. Greenland and all the islands in the Caribbean Sea are usually considered part of North America. Together, the continents add up to 148 million square kilometers. Continents make up most, but not all, of Earth's land surface. Okay, so I may write that down, but I don't really need to know that to understand what a continent are, or what a continent is. A very small portion of the total land area is made up of islands that are not considered physical parts of continents. The ocean covers almost 3/4 of Earth. Let me just write that. The area of the ocean is more than double the areas of the continents combined. All continents border at least one ocean. Let me see. Asia's largest continent has the longest coastline. So it must have a coast. So you cannot have an inland continent. Makes sense? Coastlines, however, do not indicate the actual boundaries of the continents. Continents are defined by their continental shelves. That is super important. A continental shelf is a gently sloping area that extends outward from the beach far into the ocean. A continental shelf is part of the ocean, but also part of the continent. So this is where it gets a bit interesting or complicated. Continental shelf. So it's kind of like land that's attached, even though it's underwater, like Zealandia. So even though we see the water, we have to remember that that ocean is coming up over that large body of land that's underneath. So just because covered in ocean does not mean the continent. Okay. The geographers, I think I've got a pretty good idea now, but I'll keep reading. To geographers, continents are also culturally distinct. Ooh, culturally distinct. The continents of Europe and Asia, for example, are part of a single enormous piece of land called Eurasia. But linguistically and ethnically, the areas of Asia and Europe are distinct. Holy smokes, kids, I did not know that. Cultural distinction. So, Asia and Europe are actually connected. I did know that, but have strong language and ethnic differences. So they are two continents. That's a weird idea. It's a question again. And I'll stop there. I've got a pretty good idea now. I will keep reading, and you should keep reading, but we're just writing down our keywords. And after we go back and look at what you wrote, we count down to ocean is 3/4 of Earth. Oceans might cover some of continent land. Okay. All continents, yeah, you can have an inland continental shelf, and okay. And that should probably be just. Okay, I'm happy with that. So that's just a little bit, that's how we take notes. Let's see if I can get myself back up here. Maybe not. Maybe I can. All right, that's it.